Welcome back to Central Broad Regional Park here. We are here for the run chase of this grand final. Cavaliers about to begin. Akil Hussain has been launched downtown by Lewis. Over the side screen, a massive six. Great start to the innings.
Oh, yes. Lewis is not going to play around here. First ball he sees, he goes straight down the ground. And a big six here, so a good start here from Kinar Lewis. He gets Somerset Cavaliers off to a very good start here. So they've come out with Gajanan Singh. And Gajanan Singh has come back into the final this year. Was out for a couple of games, but he's back.
Akil Hussain also has been in very good form in this tournament. He's had some sensational spells along the way. And he has been one of the mainstays of the Beers bowling lineup.
So a couple of good comeback balls here, having been smashed out of the ground for six. But yes, he has bowled well in this tournament. In fact, along with Samuel Badri, two of the better bowlers in terms of wicket taking. So he's made a good comeback, and sure, I think the score set here by the Bears could be a fighting one.
Absolutely. No walkover by any means. As Lewis nudges it onto the onside. Lewis got out for a duck in the semi-final last night. He's off to a start today.
His highest score in the tournament has been like, I think in the 40s, 46, 47. And yes, we've seen him here in the stadium in the last, recently, and has a couple of failures, you might want to say, considering his potential and ability. And so he will want to come good. He's already gone up to 7. And that brings Gajanan Singh in strike for the first time.
Stephen ran slight hesitation. Direct hit would have had him. But in the result, they're going to get an extra overthrow. Keel wasn't very happy. Slight confusion with the running between the wicket. Lenny?
Yeah, very sharp single. There was a little bit of no and run. And in the end, a missed opportunity there from the fielding team, but a little bit hesitant. In the end, Kinar Lewis and Gajanan Singh was able to complete not only a single, but profited from a bad overthrow. They pick up a couple of runs, 9 off the first over.
Good start by the Cavaliers. As we're seeing Babwa getting ready. Beautiful day here in Fort Lauderdale. Slight wind. Look at the clouds scattered. What a beautiful picture that is. Perfect conditions for cricket.
Absolutely different from yesterday. At about this time yesterday, we were watching rain. And in fact, in one of the years, Shaw, in 2015, it was completely rained out event. Rain fell for 2 days straight.
Yeah, I remember that. Big washout. At this time, Lewis goes inside out and finds another boundary. Lewis is looking in good touch.
Yeah, he's dealing in boundaries. A couple of big spanking shot, 1 for 6 and now 1 for 4. He has come out quite positive. Here we go. Yes, through the offside. He didn't even bother to run.
That's what Bob was trying to do as well, to create that angle from around the wicket. But this time Lewis was good enough. Once again in the air, away from the fielders. Chase is on. But the ball wins the race, or is it? Good effort on the boundary. Just the 2 runs. Excellent effort.
Yeah, 6 in the over so far. And Kennard Lewis looks quite confident, very fluent so far. He is bravely taking on the spinner so far.
Slightly quicker this time. Changing his pace. He's bowling from the same angle, just trying to create that gap. If any of his deliveries will spin, but very little chance of this happening with this kind of trajectory, Lenny.
Yeah, Shazam Baboy is a very experienced customer. He's been here at the US Open. In fact, might have been here every year. Oh, launched towards long on and has gone all the way. So Lewis not wasting any time at all. Very positive. He goes up to 19. A couple of big sixes and one 4. It's 21 on the board.
Lewis is on fire. He got the Cavaliers innings off to a rollicking start. A modest total. That's the kind of start that Cavaliers would have been hoping for. And Lewis is the man who's doing the job.
It's good to see that the batsman has come out with positive intent. And already with 21 and still inside the second over.
Lewis's attacking intent have forced Babwa to come over the wicket. Changing plans, changing the field placings. Mid-on and mid-wicket are deep on the boundary on the own side. But this is too far. This is big enough, and it goes over the fence. And Babwa continues to be attacked by Lewis. And Lewis has gone up to 25 in just 11 deliveries.
Yes, Shah. And what good is field setting when it's not required? Once it goes over the ropes, the best field setting in the world, you can't stop that. Here we go. Completely struck out of the park into the spin zone. Perfectly placed. That's a good-looking shot. It's gone for the maximum. We've seen 3 sixes already from Kennard Lewis. And he's gone quickly up to 25.
He's making up for his frustration, being dismissed by Badri on a slightly loose delivery. He was very disappointed last night. But the opportunities came quick for him, and he wants to make full use of that. But he's provided a fantastic start to his team, taking Babwa apart in his first over. Akil is bowling round the wicket now.
Yeah, Akil himself have gone for 9. But yes, half of what Babwa gave away. Babwa went for 18 and Akil went for 9.
It's that delivery that Akil specializes in. Pitches and moves away from the left-hander at pace. It's a good delivery. It'll be interesting to see when the Beer skipper throw the ball to Narayan. They don't want Cavaliers to score too many before he comes into the bowling crease.
It's a good looking shot here from Gajanan Singh. And Gajanan Singh has been part of the Guyana Amazon Warriors setup for the last couple of years. So he's been added to the already strong Somerset Cavaliers coming into the final. They've made a couple of changes here, including one of those changes did not really was not out of any relevance in the fielding because Gauss didn't get a ball. But the second change of Gajanan Singh has really played a big part here. He's up on 3.
Yep, they just tried to cover as many bases as they could after the scare from last night. But as you rightly said, it wasn't needed. Lewis has gone up in the air. Has he got enough of it? I don't think so. But the fielder never looked like getting to that. Back paddling with a strong wind. Horribly misjudges that one. And Lewis has got a life.
Yeah, the ball was in the air for a while. Nathan Stewart had to run back, but I think he did have some time. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, got tangled up in the process, running the wrong way. And in the end, 30 on the board.
As This is short and thumped away through the covers by Lewis. There's no stopping him today. And he's punishing every opportunity that's coming his way.
Yeah, Lewis has gone quickly up to 31. And things certainly have not gone the Bears' way in their defense of 146. Keenar Lewis has come out swinging. As in the case of this shot, he cracked that one through the offside. That's a good cricket looking shot.
Shorter and quicker, that in swing that almost cut him in half. That's the kind of deliveries Akil was bowling earlier in the tournament with a lot of success.
Yes, Shaw, that's the one that spears towards the bat and pad. A delivery that he has really used to great effect. But one of the things in the final here are coming down to the last two games. These oppositions are a little bit more sterner than what has happened Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
You're absolutely right. The quality and the class is different, and it's a step above what we've been seeing during the week. Today, it's very, very different. So was it last night as we look at our production team.
Yep.
They're busy at their work. Sterling job, guys. Keep it up.
Yeah, a lot of monitors to really monitor there, and the feed that you were seeing from the broadcast, it comes out of this little trailer there. And so the guys, like you mentioned, Shaws, they've done a tremendous work. It takes a big team to put on a production like this.
Absolutely, everybody's pulling up together, and sterling effort. A lot of games and a lot of long hours. They've done wonderfully well.
So Chris Wood comes into the attack, and Gajanand Singh gets a good shot out towards the offside, picks up a single. And the man from Hampshire, Chris Wood, given the ball 35 for none.
Yep, in search of a breakthrough, the Bears. And Chris Wood has been the man who's been given the responsibility to provide him with a breakthrough. So 35 without a wicket, that a target of 146. That was looking quite reasonable at the beginning of Cavaliers' innings. Started to look a little bit small with Lewis racing up to 31 of 15 deliveries.
Now this is going to be a very interesting here. Keenar Lewis. Ball taken on the pad, going down the leg side. 35 for none.
Still waiting for Narayan to come to the bowling crease. And the Bears desperately need wickets.
And Shaw, if you understand the little bit of strategy here, ball turned into the onside. And Keenar Lewis goes up to 32. But I think plan A has really backfired here for the Bears. They started bowling spin, perhaps to take the pace off the ball against Keenar Lewis. That hasn't worked. In fact, the very first ball Keenar Lewis saw, he went for a big maximum and really put pressure on the bowler straight away. And so they have turned to Chris Wood. And ball played up towards the offside here from Gajanand Singh. Could be looking for two. In fact, will stay for one. So they've brought in Chris Wood here. And Chris Wood might have been the plan B of the process of what's going on out there.
Yeah, because if we go back to the Bears' own innings, the fast bowlers from the Cavaliers, the tall, lanky bowlers, they got plenty out of this wicket early doors, and probably that's what Bears will be hoping as well. But Lewis is in a different mood. Skied this one, couldn't clear the infield, and that's the breakthrough that Bears were after. Excellent change by the skipper, and Mark Wood has done the job for the Bears. Cavaliers have lost their first wicket.
Yes, this is going to be a welcome wicket here for California Bears. We'll give them some bit of a relief and some bit of encouragement. Chris Wood coming in to possibly plan B has really struck, and he's taking the big man out. Kenar Lewis, he goes for 32.
You're right, Lenny, because they needed that control. And if you look at the total, which is 37, 32 of them has been scored by Lewis. So the danger man has departed. It's a big wicket in the context of the game. And Wood, in his very first over, has provided that breakthrough. If you look at the total, Gajnan Singh has played only 5 balls for his 5 runs. So Lewis was doing all the scorings, but now he's departed. As they say, they keep coming at you. And the next man is Xavier Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall has had a good series. Not only getting one of a century in the earlier part of the competition, but he batted well last night.
And the feature of his batting is that he gets off the blocks very, very quickly. He doesn't hang around for long, so that makes for interesting viewing in the next couple of overs of power play. So I don't think that Marshall's going to hold back against Wood or any of the other bowlers.
And Shaw, what happened last night is that he had to weather the storm against Ali Khan last night. But it's interesting what happened. A couple of runs here, they're running quickly. And now they could look for 3. In fact, 3 is the first scoring shot here for the X-Man.
Yeah, slightly sloppy from the Bears. The backing up wasn't very tidy. A regulation stop that eluded the fielder at mid-off, who couldn't get at the throw, and allowed Xavier Marshall to get off the mark of 3, and he will be on strike for the next over. Still a very handsome run rate after 4 overs with 42 for 1 Cavaliers. Wood was in a wrong position to receive the throw, and the mid-off fielder didn't help him. Marshall profited from that. So did Cavaliers. Akil Hussain with his 3rd over of the day. He's got Marshall with Narayan, the lone slipper. It's another in-swinging armour, if we may call that. At pace, struck Marshall on the pads. That's a good variation that left-arm spinners have come up with. Earlier in the day, we saw Zaidi tried to do that. To go with the orthodox turning away from the right-hand batsman. Good variations from Akil. With Lewis been departed, it's time to impart some control into this innings by Beers.
So some good bowling here from Akil Hussain. 3 dot balls.
Turned him around on that last one. It spun right across the face of Marshall. It's not easy. It's just, that's why you have to admire the contribution of Lewis up top. He's got him. That's that big boomerang, and Xavier Marshall was too late to bring his bat down. And the Bears celebrate, and Akil Hussain has struck once again. Terrific delivery, and Marshall walks back.
Yeah, big wicket here for Akil Hussain and the Bears. Marshall goes for 3.
It's a big wicket, Lenny, because Marshall has been providing the impetus up top, and he gets off to a rollicking start, even last night in the semi-final, after he weathered the storm from Ali Khan. But today he's been dismissed. Can be a big wicket. 40 for 2. Still 106 runs to go. And the loss of wickets can derail any innings. As we watch this again, Akil Hussain jumps in joy as he deceived Xavier Marshall's back foot push through sheer variation and skill. Defeated him in his length and flight.
So Ashar Zaidi, he comes out at 4. 107 to win from 92 balls, 8 wickets standing. Gajanan Singh is now being joined by Zaidi.
On the face of it, Zaidi should know what's coming because he does the same himself. Couple of quick wickets. This game is back in the balance.
Yes, Shaw, as we see a ball called wide. And the fact is, with that wicket, Akil Hussain has now joined Samuel Badri. Badri no longer relevance in the series. This is the final game.
Akil has still got 8 balls to go in this game to nudge ahead of Badri on the leaderboard for the wicket takers in this tournament.
So Zaidi is stroking this one up towards the offside. And he gets off the mark, the SX man.
He did originally hails from Islamabad, the Pakistani capital. That's where he played his initial cricket at the under-19 levels. Now settled in the UK.
Yeah, I did say that he'll be making a move from Essex to Northamptonshire. And so he's part of the T20 setup there. A very quality player, good leg spinner, and he pretty much can bat anywhere in the order.
He's also part of the coaching setup of the Hong Kong cricket team. So he's the man for all weathers, multi-talented.
So Chris Wood will continue, and I'm pretty sure with so much cricket played around the county circuit, Chris Wood would have played against him, perhaps with him at some point. As we see our friends there hard at work. And what has essentially happened for the first time at the US Open this time, they have their own control room outside of the main building this year. In the past, it's always used to be around this vicinity here, very busy area with wires and equipment all over the place. It was a hive of activity here in the main building.
But now they got their own space, their own piece, and the quality is there for everyone to see. It's been a wonderful event all around. You can't ask for much better than that.
So ball driven nicely here by Zaidi. Stroked away, found the gap nicely. Perhaps a little harder push would have gone for 4, but he picks up a couple of runs.
Didn't try to hit it hard at all. Just caressed it. He's looking for his timing at the early part of his innings. He's very, very experienced. He can be very explosive, make no mistake about that. I think he wants to get into his innings.
So 2 left-handers now out in the middle. Chris Wood has taken 1 wicket along with Akil Hussain. So 102 required from 87 balls, an asking rate just over 7. And they're going at just over 8. And Shaw, you've got to say lots of cricket left in this game here, lots of interest.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This game is by no means over. As we've seen, a couple of wickets here and there can turn the game on its head.
Yeah, at 31 without loss when Keenar Lewis was in and striking the ball and striking them big. The balance may have tilted towards Somerset Cavaliers, but with a couple of wickets in the bag. Oh, Gajanan Singh go upwards, is going straight down the ground. Wasn't timed too well, but he'll pick up a couple of runs.
Didn't quite get hold of that, but the intent was there. We're still in the power play, just one ball to go. Gajnan Singh looking to try and take advantage of that. Got it over the infield. Help himself to a couple of runs.
So ball guided up to backward point. Well stopped by the man there, preventing any chance of scoring. So that completes over number 6, 47 for 2.
Power play is done and dusted. 47 for 2. And out of those 47 runs, Kenar Lewis, he got 32 in no time at all, giving his team a wonderful platform. Although in the later half of the power play, a couple of wickets have rocked the Cavaliers slightly behind, but thanks to Lewis, I think they've got their noses in front at this stage.
So a quick recap what has happened in the California Bears turn when they batted 145 for 9 at the end of 20. Shazam Babwa got 31. Glenn got 19. Navin Stewart, he got 14 among the wickets. 3 for 22 from Najaf Shah. And a couple of wickets for Rusty Tehran and Mohammed Khalil.
Yep. Good all-round bowling display by Cavaliers. It's the bowling change. Babwa has changed ends now. He's come from the southern end with 2 left-handers on strike. It can be a good move.
Yes, first over didn't go too well, went for 18. But of course he bowled at a time in which Kenar Lewis had teed off. And you get the impression it could be a different ball game here, bowling to 2 left-handers.
Yeah, and Babwa is very experienced, as you've been mentioning. You won't discard him after one bad over.
Yeah, ball paddled away nicely here by Gajnan Singh, running up towards the fine leg boundary. He may have eluded a good bit of effort there from the field, and it goes away for 4.
Yeah, he mistimed his dive. He dived too soon. And bowler is not very impressed. It's one of those days for Babwa where nothing seems to be going wrong, not going right for him, and everything seems to be going wrong, and he's been let down by his fielder here. Just a slight paddle, and as we watch the fielder go, just dived too soon, and the ball never got into his grasp.
So Gajnan Singh is on 11. He's fighting here. And given a chance not only to be in the playing 11, but given a chance at the top of the order. He will want to grab the opportunity with hands. Big opportunity for him and Somerset Cavaliers here. He's a very talented batsman. Having played first class for Guyana, having played West Indies youth at one time.
In the air, but away from the fielder. This time Fletcher does well. Got onto his knees to prevent that ball going through.
So 6 in the over here for Babwa. Ball sliding down the leg side, a famous wide that many bowlers have really found in any level of cricket to control at times.
You're right. Talking about Gajnan Singh after this ball, as he nudges it onto the onside, looking for 2, but good ground coverage by the fielder prevents that. As Babu's second over has ended, 2 for 26. He's gone for 55 for 2 after 7 overs. The Cavaliers. Gajnan got the opportunity at the top of the order, and he's doing a very, very good job, because knowing that they got some big hitters, he wants to take that game deep and make sure that he anchors the innings. whilst the big hitters can come from the other end and strike some hefty blows.
So 91 to win from 78 balls.
Very, very exciting final as we welcome along our chairman, Mr. Mac Qureshi has joined us in the commentator box for the first time today. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Alani, and good afternoon, Faisal. There was a great tournament so far, and we have a lot of cooperatively viewers and all of the things. They're watching it. I can see it, and it's beautiful weather. And we have after this ceremony, we have ceremony after this game, and 30-day. There is youth tournament starting today. That's excited for the youth 13, 15, and 17. They'll be here. That's the good news for the youth tournament. They're playing live here on this tournament. T10 for the youth will be starting today after right on the final.
That's been an excellent initiative this year, involving the youth as being part of the T20 Cup. And it's always good to get the youth into the game nice and early. So I have to congratulate you on that. It's a wonderful initiative taken, and to telecast the games in the main stadium, this will be something that they could do very, very good for the kids in the future.
Yeah, we did this year. Basically, we did last year for Youth US Open also. This is the second year, but this year we give him every teams who came in from Canada and UAE, and they have teams from Trinidad, Tobago, and USA teams. All they're playing today for 10 hours. A new format for the youth, and 10 hours, 10 ballers. They play each over one balls. So everybody will be giving them the chance. All the players who's playing in the youth, they have the chance to ball. It's a 10-hour T10. They will gonna play exhibitions and all. I think 6 games tonight. So I want to be covered. Watch them their live on Mac TV.
Okay, this is an interesting format, and I know when your kids, and I've been doing a lot of coaching, they all want to get involved. So the format would allow each and every one of them to come and bowl and be a part and not left over. And this is once again, very, very a good initiative, because the kids, when at this age, at this main stadium on TV, it's a big attraction for them. And whoever came up with the idea needs to be appreciated and applauded for that. And we're asking all our viewers to stay tuned and do watch that exciting cricket of kids, the coming stars, everyone. Like Andre Russell was saying yesterday, he was so impressed with this idea of involving the kids, because he remembers his days when he was little and running around the main test venues or the international venues. It inspired him to the big superstar that he's become today.
Yes, Andre Russell, his corporate, he said he's surprised when he see the youth teams playing in US Open, and he's really appreciated. And then he's saying, this is my times reminding me, and we want to have all the youth come to me. I'll have to. Is a huge 6. I just saw this there on the board. Is the biggest 6 you can see straight, long off. Empire just threw out the ball. And the total 62 for 2, 8.1 hours. Great shots, and
it was Ashar Zadi. He got that 6 of the bowling of Dayal. Rotates the strike once again. Yeah, and you're talking about Andre Russell and also Wayne Parnell. He said, my international career is over. The reason I come here to help inspire the next generation.
That's what he did. If you look at US All-Star, the captain is Zishan Qureshi, is the youngest captain entire all the tournament. If you've seen of him, who's leading the biggest team for US All-Star, and he is behind with him also. Say, this need to be trained and being confident to play big games as a leaders, and that's why he even encouraged. It's a very surprise. He said, this is the only youngest captain entire all the tournaments. If you look at it. So that is the giving us a boost as another 6.
As Cavaliers are rollicking along, this time is Singh. This is his first time he's decided to go big, and he hit another 6. 69 for 2 Cavaliers. you can continue.
Yeah,
Mr. Matt.
Gajendra Singh is a part of one of them U.S. All-Star players, one of them, and also he's playing for Cavalier. Cavalier is won the last year, and this year have the very good teams. They brought it, and that also, the cricket, anybody can beat anybody out.
In the air once again, found the gap. The chase is on, but the ball wins the race, and this is back-to-back boundaries. Cavaliers taking full toll, and they're on top right now.
Yes. But our program, we have the tomorrow also have live games on youth, and it's going to be stadium. This is the first time the kids, 13 years old, 15 years old, 17 years old kids, coming to play professional stadium, whereas the India, West Indies all been played, and US Open. So we give them opportunity to them to see how they feel and play with the live games. It's not just there. We have 14 camera, they telecasting live, and we have viewerships over 3 million last night. Just looking for semifinals, there was a huge number of the viewerships last night on the TV. I have calls, several calls came in because internet is falling because there was over 3 million people went in. So that's like very excitement news for a lot of them worldwide. They're watching the games.
It's a huge audience for this game. I've been following the social media reviews as well. But coming back to the kids, when you say that it will give them the confidence, I can tell you that they play on this main venue and in front of the cameras. The confidence they will get, that will show when they go back to their own clubs or academies, wherever they normally play. They will become totally a different player after having played here on this main field and in front of the cameras. So you're very right about that.
And then also encouraging to them, to all the players.
It's a big shout here, and Singh is gone. Narayan has broken through on his very first delivery. His team needed that breakthrough, came into the attack slightly late, but he's provided the breakthrough. And Singh gone for 23 now, and third wicket is down for the Cavaliers.
74 for 3.
Hit him on the front foot. The umpire thought about it, nodded his head, and then raised his finger. So good effort from Singh. He held one end together, but now he's gone, and Narayan's spell is going to be very, very crucial in the context of this match. As I'll hand the mic to Lenny, if you want to ask Mr. Chairman.
Yes, let me give you more detail. I want to have all the parents who's brought it, and thank you very much for all of them. And a lot of parents came in, brought the youth players and teams, North Carolina, TCL, and they brought the 2 teams from there, Canada, Zafar Shah and Prem Prasad, and few other involved here, Canadian Cricket Boards. And then also we had Vinod Memchin, his approach it out for the Trinidad Tobacco. He brought the teams, and UTC, there was another teams he came in. So there is the good boost and young, so they parenting, cooperating, bring him here, and they show them a big start. I told them all the big players for US who's playing US Open, I said, please have a coaching with them and involve with the kids. That's a part of them, that's your future. So whatever you know, learn, give them your experience to the youth. So that's the good platform. So a lot of kids, I went there, every single team I met personally, teams, coaches and managers, I offer them basically come here and meet them, all the players, and get the coaching. And also Faisal Iqbal from Pakistan, he's also here as a coach, and he voluntarily will gonna do the coaching. Any kids want to come and play in the nets and learn about his experience, he willing to hear. Jashkaran, Muhammad Ali Khan will gonna coming here also and announcing similar same thing. This is that they star. They have been well known in US players now, so they will giving them experience and what they knows to pass through the youth.
Yeah, this is very exciting, all of this. And you mentioned Ali Khan, and you will be very, very proud. It's a little boy who started from this competition, now is turning out to be a world star, and there is no reason that the kids who are coming today at the age of 12, 13, 14 could not be the world stars in the years to come.
Yes, Ali Khan is the example is for the American kids, and they will be great there. And then Ali Khan will gonna be speaking for the youth, and then tell them about how he started here and where he is today, and that giving boost for the children. That's a really the good boost. And we, like I say, we have Faisal Iqbal. Earlier, I say that he's here from Pakistan. He have a lot of experience with them. He have been approach to me, and then he want to do this thing of the youth programs, which is he's gonna be here for 2 days helping for the children's to the
Excellent.
experience, giving his experience and expertise for the train. So this is good news for the all the youth programs here. There we have experienced people with here, big star players here. Andre Russell, as in this morning, he's saying, well, we any kids can come in. They want to know about it, how hard I hit the balls. So come in. I'm gonna pass through this thing up to my young generation.
Yeah, Andre Russell is a superb role model, and all the encouraging news that are here and people watching at home, they should know that there's been a lot of effort being made on the part of Mr. Qureshi and his team to get the kids playing, and we're providing them the platform, the facilities, and the top coaches and the top stars of the world to come around and talk to and learn from. So we really appreciate your efforts,
Thanks.
and we hope that it continues. And we render our support as well in any way, shape, and form. We'll be here to help your cause.
Thank you, Lenny. Thank you, Faisal.
Thank you for your time. And I know you're very busy with all these things going on. We appreciate your time.
So 72 to win from 60 balls. The cricket continues here, and Zaidi picks up a boundary.
The game's going at a rate of knots. Zaidi is in good touch as we welcome along in the commentator box one of Pakistan's test cricketers. He's represented Pakistan in 25 test matches. And he's, as Mr. Chairman was mentioning, he's doing a wonderful job here. He's rendered his support to coach the kids here and provide them with the experience and the knowledge that he's gained over the years. So welcome to the Combox, Faisal Iqbal.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for your welcome thing. And you missed one of my test match. Actually, I played 26, so you know every single test match means a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Even one single test match means a lot as Zaidi carves this away, backward a point, and finds the boundary fence. He's on fire here, and Babwa's difficulties are continuing as Cavaliers gone to 82 for 3.
Well, they are playing really well. We had a brilliant game last night with the Cavaliers, and I think it was one of the best matches I've ever seen in a T20 game here in US. The way both the teams played was unbelievable, really electrifying atmosphere on both the teams. But hats off to the Cavaliers to qualify for the finals.
You mentioned that. It was a fantastic game of cricket, and you should also be proud of your boys and your efforts as well. Only eventually one team had to win, so that's no shame in losing to such a team after such a valiant effort. So you should be proud as well.
Exactly, I'm very proud of my team. I was speaking to them this morning that we really played really well throughout the tournament. All the players were professional players. They know their responsibility. The way they carried throughout the tournament was brilliant, and I really enjoyed working with them. This was my first experience in this tournament as a player come head coach. So it was also a new experience for me. There were times when I was thinking of just padding myself and getting into the onto the pitch.
I was going to ask
Yes.
you that. How could you
it
hold
it was
yourself
very,
back?
very, to be honest, it was very difficult for me to hold myself back because there are things as a batsman, as a captain, you think that, you can do and, implement that. But I think you have to give credit to Zishan Qureshi. He's led really well. The amount of experience I'm sure he's learned from by playing along the great players.
This one is got off the inside edge between the legs of the keeper. And it's 4 runs, a lucky boundary. As I was saying, if you have a difficult day, it continues. Babwa has gone for 38 of his 2.5 overs to be precise. But Gauss got himself a boundary, a lucky one at that, Faisal.
Yes, it was a good boundary for them, lucky for the batter. But the bowling side is doing really well. Uh, the Bears, they played really well yesterday in their semi-finals, and the game is going in a good situation.
It's in the air and over the fence, away from Andre Fletcher. He couldn't do anything about it. And Gauss has come all guns blazing now. He's gone up to 10 of 7 deliveries, and that target of 146 looks well in reach, Faisal.
Well, they really played well. Cavaliers, they're playing really well. If you can see this shot, he opened up his leg and went straight above the bowler's head and went straight to the side screen. A brilliant hit, good 6 runs for their team, and they're closing down towards to their winning score. But still, I believe cricket is a funny game. Anything can happen. Narayan is an experienced bowler. So if he gets a couple of wickets here, it'll be a turning point for their team as well.
Yeah, do you think wickets are the key here, Faisal?
Well, in any format of cricket, wickets have always been a key, and it changes the situation of the game because it creates a pressure on the batting side as well. Sometimes it's not easy to hit and get runs all the time, but you have to give credit to the bowlers as well.
Narayan, this one, Ashar Zaidi lets it go. I think the Cavaliers would try to play off Narayan. Don't give him any wickets, as Faisal just mentioned, that wickets are key here. Zaidi is quite experienced to know that.
Yes, I played Zaidi with me in domestic cricket and Pakistan A team tours. So I know he's a bit experienced player with a lot of county cricket experience. He knows that Narayan has got this over and one more over. So he's making sure that, he would not give his wicket away. But Narayan, on the other hand, knows that how important is these 2 overs for him and for his team.
That's why the captains kept the slip on for him. They're looking for wickets. But Zaidi has carved this one straight to the fielder, though.
Yes, the pressure is building. When you play dot balls in shorter format of the game, the pressure builds on a batsman, even on a bowler too. But I think Zaidi, with his experience, will try to play off this over.
This time Narayan appealing, but it was, I think, down the leg side. Zaidi has got himself off strike. Leg buys the signal from the umpire.
Yes, the ball did pitch on the leg side. Did got the bowler a bit excited of peeling for a leg before, but as soon as he takes the run on the leg side, the ball realized that it's pitching on the leg side.
Now the right-hander is back on strike. Goes. He came out swinging. It'll be very interesting to see how he tackles Narayan. Would he go attack or defense? 52 to win of 50 balls.
Well, it looks like they're playing with a strategy right now because 52 runs on 50 balls with 7 wickets in hand, and Zeddy is playing ball-to-ball innings. So it looks like they're on a plan right now to play how they're going to play and get these runs. A dot ball.
Dot ball to end, and that's the end of Narayan's 3rd over. He's only gone for 1 run so far in his 3 overs and took 1 wicket. As Faisal was mentioning, there's a clear plan by the Cavaliers who don't want to take any chances against Narayan, but don't want to give him any wickets. Remember, Narayan got a wicket on his very first ball. It means that since then he's bowled 16 dots in his spell, conceding only 1 run.
Exactly. Whenever you have a good bowler from one end, a good team always requires a bowling partnership as well too. So if someone put a bit of pressure on the other end and get a wicket, so it might give Narayan a better chance to get a couple of wickets as well. So it works as a partnerships, like we normally say. It's a batting partnerships. It always works on bowling partnerships as well.
Absolutely right. As Stewart is coming to the bowling crease now from the southern end. And the total that they made earlier on, I don't know if you were watching, the wicket was pretty supportive for the quick bowlers and the Cavaliers quick. They moved the ball around, they got good bounce. Tehran and Najaf Shah, Khalil, they all did very well. And that's why they're in a position where they literally need run a ball from here.
Yes, the matches we played here in this tournament, you have to give credit, hats off credit to the groundsmen. They have worked really hard on this ground, and the pitch in this tournament has been brilliant. It's the ball is coming nicely to the bat. It's helping fast bowlers as well with the pace and bounce in it. It did remind me of West Indian bouncy wickets at times.
Chance of a run out, a direct hit is still appealing, but as a result, they're going to get a few overthrows as the ball ricochets off the stump.
A bit of sloppy fielding by the fielders who were backing up. They didn't back up properly, and a sloppy running between the wickets as well by the batters. Goss, while taking the run, didn't realize that he has to go for another run, and Zedi was trying his best to get his attention to go for another run, but Goss didn't even bothered of taking the run which they were supposed to get by a bit of poor fielding, you can say, by the fielder who was backing up on the other end.
If you look, Zadie was almost there and he touched down and come back, but Goss, after he had overrun the run, couldn't even come back to his crease. Look at Zadie, he's almost down at the other end.
Well, if you look at Goss, even after the throw, he was looking at the ball and he knew that the fielder didn't back it up, so he should have just stopped it and come back for the second run as well.
Now he's running fast, but easy run to square leg. If I still talking about this whole tournament, coming to the USA, you've been coming here for quite a few years now. How's your experience and how do you see cricket growing in this part of the world?
I've been coming here in USA from last 10 years. This is my 10th year, and I think I have to give credit to my dear friend Mac Qureshi Bhai. I think his brilliant effort from over the years, we all can see it, that amount of hard work him and his team of management with Amin Bhai and everyone, Shah Saab and everyone, his family, behind him all the time of putting this great tournament together, having a heavy amount of money, of prize money. So, when you look at cricket in an associate country.
Zaidi, the next one carves it away beautifully. Nicely timed. Just the one run though. Sloppy running once again, as Faisal was mentioning. Could have had 2 runs. The fielder had to go around 10 to 15 yards, just a single. You can carry on, Faisal.
Yes, so by looking almost 10 years in front of me, I was really happy to see the 10th edition, the way it's been organized, the way the pitches has been looked after. The players have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. The intense match last night of our team with the Cavaliers. It end of the day, it sums up that you have a great tournament, and then you have to give credit to the management and the team who have really put hard work of putting it together. It gives a big opportunity for the local players as well to rub shoulders with the great players around the world, which is a massive experience for them as well. Like you were mentioning earlier about Ali Khan, these players got experience and exposure here by playing with the great players like us coming here from around the world.
Absolutely, and the product has started to come. We mentioned Ali Khan, Jaskaran Malhotra's innings last night was sensational. He almost single-handedly took the game away from the Cavaliers. We'll come back to that run out after this ball. Zaidi swings and misses, beats in outside the off stump. What a two about Malhotra?
Yes, he played. He was unfortunate in the start of the tournament. He struggled in the first 2 games, and he couldn't score runs in the first 2 games. Obviously, when you're in a shorter tournament for 3-4 days, then you need to make plans and change plans. And then we tried a different combination in the 3rd game, and they started playing really well. And then in the last game, we tried to give him a go, and then he played really well for like 20-odd runs. And then we decided last night, that we will open with him. And with the amount of his confidence he got back a little bit in a game before, helps us getting into that position. So it's good for him, but it would have been much better if he would have carried that form from throughout the tournament from the first game.
Yeah, consistency is the key when you step up from one level to the other. And now USA almost getting the status of ODI team, and he's part of that USA team. They are very, very close to achieving that. So working with you guys and the experience, if he achieves that consistency and perform day in and day out, his name would be also around like Ali Khan's is in the different leagues around the world. So it all augurs good for the US cricket. And certainly you guys coming here, your contribution cannot be ignored, and it has to be appreciated. The way you mix with the kids and lower known players and passing on of the experience is absolutely admirable. So we, on behalf of all the management here, we thank you and thank for your time and passing your experience on.
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me in the commentary box. Just want to say a big thank you to everyone here who have put a really hard work, especially Cricket Council USA, Mac Qureshi and his team. They have really put hard work. All the teams, all the players who came all over, from all over the... That was a close run-out call, actually. Misunderstanding that happens, actually. But yes, I was just mentioning about the players and the management and everybody. They've really put in hard work, and hopefully we look forward to another edition of US Open next year, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys next year again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Faisal, before you go, wherever you go, you can't go without the mention of the great and the legendary Javed Miadad as we watch another drop catch, and Cavaliers are living dangerously, but you are a proud nephew of one of the legends of the game. And the world over, the services for Pakistan and for the game of cricket will always be remembered. Say a hello and hi from all of us for the legend. And once again, we appreciate your time. And thank you for coming. As Lenny joins me. Any memory of Javed Miadad for you, Lenny?
Yes, I saw him at Guyana border.
100 in 1988.
So we're back with the cricket here, 46 to win from 40 balls. Chris Wood has been given the ball, and a bit of sloppy feeling here from California Bears at a time in which every catch counts, every run counts, every boundary scored here will be an impact action. And Goss is getting a good ball going over, and it goes through to the keeper. One gets the impression, Shah, that Goss has come out to score and score quickly here. He has come before the likes of Sean Finley. He's come before the big man, Andre Russell.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they've assigned different roles to the players. And Zaidi is there to anchor the innings. And Gauss has been sent to swing the bat. He's done it with some success. 100 is brought up in the 14th over, and 38 of 46 balls with 7 wickets to go. I think Cavaliers are in the driver's seat.
So Chris Wood is bowling at 1 for 12. And Gauss gets a ball that he does well to keep it down, but can't score. So a couple of tidy balls here. In fact, this over has gone relatively well here for Chris Wood. He's only conceded a single run in the over so far, so it's gone well.
He's got Gauss hopping. If you look at Gauss's grip, it's a very tight bottom-handed grip.
Oh, cut away. That's a good-looking shot. Very healthy slice. And Asad Gauss, if he was sent out to score quickly, he's done that. He's up to 16. It's 104 for 3.
Tucking off the bottom hand, he's made good use of that. Just carved the ball away, slicing it away as well away from the fielder. So as you rightly said, Gauss is doing his job, and Cavaliers inching closer to the target and the championship.
So 42 to win from 36. Cavaliers winning here this afternoon. If they do, it'll be in successive years. Shaw, what an achievement. They brought a big team, and so far, that team hasn't disappointed them.
Absolutely. The best thing about there is the camaraderie and the team spirit in their camp, because Sometimes you bring a lot of big names, but if they don't gel together, the cricket matches are not won. But this team has certainly done that, and credit to their management as well.
Well, Shaw, when you're winning, you're very united.
That's
When you're not winning, then you're disunited. Yeah, they've won a lot of cricket games in the last couple of years here at the U.S. Open. We were counting, and this is their 11th match on the trot. 10 already in the bag, so if they win here this afternoon, it will be 11 wins in 2 years of competition at the U.S. Open. Zaidi continues to bat well. He has really put this innings together.
He's provide that stability in the middle, controls, because as I was talking with Faisal, wickets are the key, and he makes sure he doesn't throw away his wicket. So he's a rock in the middle order.
Yeah, he's batted well. He's rotated the strike just exactly what the requirements are.
And it's more important and impressive as well that he can go big. He's very explosive, but he's showing that he can change his game according to the situation or the requirement of the team. That's experience for you.
Yeah, a couple of fours and 1 6. He hasn't. You're right. He hasn't taken too many risks. Not needed actually, because from the very onset, 145 was almost just overrun a ball. So smart cricketer to realize that no haste is really needed. Oh, a big shot here from Gauss will pick up runs. In fact, he's only gotten a single there, but the intention was very clear. I can go a little hard here to get runs, and Gauss continues to flourish here. He's up to 17.
He's swinging, and he got lucky. That landed in no man's land. Stewart is looking for that breakthrough. And Cavaliers haven't been shy of changing their plans and trying new things, like Gauss, who was not part of the team up until yesterday. He's been included in the 11, and then he's been sent above the likes of Russell and Findlay.
And Tahir Khan.
And Tahir Khan as well, yes.
Yeah, it was kind of ball top edged, but it doesn't matter. It could go away. And in fact, it may have gone 1 bounce for 4. So a productive shot here. Can't say a good looking shot here from Zaidi, but he has done the job. 4 runs on the board.
Not a good looking shot, but mighty effective, and they all count, as they say. Zaidi, for once, is looking to paddle it around. Didn't look to try it hard, but a little bit of extra bounce from Stewart. Strong shoulders. Got the top edge and flew over the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, he's had a good series, Zaidi. It's a good investment here from Somerset Cavaliers. And I'm pretty sure Shaw, if he was part of the management here, he needs an invite for next year.
He surely does, looking at shots like this. But just a single, but you're absolutely right. It's not just the cricketing skill, but the understanding of the game awareness, and reacting to the situations. Only very good and very top quality players can do that.
Yes, in T20 cricket, it's not necessarily playing hard. Good bit of work there by the man out in the deep. Saved the boundary. And they did well. The ground feeling in this tournament has been spot on. We've seen a lot of good work by many of the other teams. But coming back in T20 cricket, you not only play hard, you play smart. And those and the smart ones are always the team that really gets on top.
Absolutely, you're right, Lenny. Smart cricket. You may think that 20 overs you don't have a lot of time, but actually, if you think about it, you do have time. And we've seen teams who go too hard too soon, ended up getting too few, with the tails struggling to play out the overs.
So Goss
trying his luck once again. And this time his luck runs out. Tumbling take at fine leg off the top edge. And Gauss' little adventurous innings has come to an end. And a much needed wicket for the Bears to keep him in the hunt with 15 gone, 111 for 4.
Yeah, Goss has done his job. Can't complain with that. He came out here as the sort of like the pinch hitter, wanted to get runs quickly. Here is the dismissal. Short ball, he took on Stewart, but no direction at all, or in fact badly directed into the fielder. And a well-judged catch there, a tumbling one. Fielder held on to it with dear life. And Assad goes, makes way for Andre Russell.
The big crowd here today, they were anticipating for this, and they've got what they wanted now. The big man, fresh from a scintillating 100 last night, walking to the middle. And as soon as he walks to the middle, the level of excitement in the ground, in the press box here, and even in the commentary box goes to another level.
Yeah, lifted certainly. So not a big tally to go, 35 from just 30 balls. So Zaidi is rooted there. He's batted extremely well for 32. And that goes dismissal again. Didn't get hold of the shot. Ball taking a big edge. And what a catch there from one of the fielders, held on.
Had no control of it whatsoever. Got into a terrible position. But that's gone, done and dusted now as Russell takes up Narayan. That's the time I think Narayan's overs were saved. Last over was saved by the skipper. He wanted to bring him on against Russell.
So
Battle of Giants.
yeah, look at Narayan bowling figure, 3 overs, 2 maidens. So Narayan gives up his second run in 20 balls. Yeah, when Narayan bowls to players like Andre Russell, it's cricket at the highest level. It doesn't get higher than that.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. 2 mega stars of the game, particularly in this format. Unlucky Narayan, sensational delivery as Ashar Zadi was looking to late cut it. It came back with the arm, missed the edge and missed the stumps as well. Another coat of varnish would have had it. Terrific delivery from Narayan. Just 2 balls to go in his spell. I think Cavaliers will be very pleased to see the back of Narayan. Strays down the leg side and Usher has got a take on that. That runs away fine. A boundary of Narayan, who's only given away 2 runs up until that point of his entire spell. And now concedes 4 on that ball as Zaidi helps himself to a boundary.
Yeah, a good bit of deflection here from Zaidi. Having been beaten by a classic Sunil Narayan delivery.
They have seen off successfully the threat of Narayan. And 16 overs have ended now. Cavaliers 117 for 4. Narayan, a sensational spell of bowling. 1 for 7 of his 4 overs. It don't get any better than that, Lenny.
Yes, Shaw, and the fact is Narayan has done that several times outside of the US Open. So that has become something of a pattern for him. To bowl tidy, bowl tight. He's not an easy customer. And many times, as we have seen in T20 cricket, when he plays, sometimes batsman goes in and they mark him and they want to bat him out. Surprisingly want to bat him out in a 20-over game. And that includes batting all 24 balls and just make sure you see him off. Very good bowler. Stewart will continue. And so 29 to win from 24 balls. Zaidi on 37. He seems quite planted here.
The wicket of Zaidi will really put pressure on Cavaliers if Stewart can do that for his team. And he's just done that. A leading edge back to the bowler. An easy catch as Zaidi was turned around square. One off the leading edge. An easy catch from Stewart. That's the breakthrough they needed.
Yeah, played a bit too early. Trying to play it easily into the onside. May have played a bit too early. And Navin Stewart takes one of the easiest catch he'll ever take. Take a look again. Ball looks like a leg cutter.
Slow delivery, yeah, he rolled his fingers over it and it got stuck in the pitch. Extra bounce as well. Defeated Zaidi, and you were right, he turned the face of the bat too soon. And Zaidi's good knock, sensible knock, has come to an end now. Half the side is gone for Cavaliers in the changing room for 117. Still got 29 runs to win in the remaining 23 overs with Andre Russell still at the batting crease. The game is getting into the last stretch. Last 29 deliveries to go, 23 deliveries to go. And Findlay will take up the strike. And once again, for the first time today, it's our pleasure to introduce our famous guest and co-commentator, Ahmed Rana. Where you been missing Ahmed Rana today?
Yes, thank you, Shah Faisal, and thank you, Lenny. Yeah, thank you for missing me. Actually, I got busy because a lot of people came from out of state and out of country, and you know, usually when we go travel, I see them all the time, and it's good to catch up with them. But what a fabulous atmosphere over here at U.S. Open 2018, and yes, I miss you guys too.
So Sean Finley has come in here. He's joined Andre Russell.
The big man, big game, big performance. I think I seen my final yesterday, before the final, in semi-final. What a fabulous match that was. I couldn't sleep last night after watching that game because it was so excited. And yes, Andre Russell, tailor-made for T20, came under pressure and took the game away. But what a great performance from Jaskaran Malhotra yesterday. Almost took U.S. All-Stars home.
So we've got 28 to win from 21 balls. Navin Stewart, 2 for 13. And all the planning and everything that had been put in place, Shaw. Climaxes to this point here. We're not very far off from the presentation. And I'm pretty sure if the presentation party understands a cricket match, they would realize, start getting the carpet out and start getting the podium set up. 28 to win from 20 balls.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd seen the carpet a little while ago, so probably they're setting it up somewhere away from our vision. But Lenny, I would put this to you and to Rana after this ball. This has been my first time here for the US Open. As Russell swings at it, Stewart thinks he's very, very unlucky. I have really enjoyed this tournament. This is the first experience for me, and my first impressions about this tournament is I've regarded very, very highly. So I was just going to ask you, you guys come over quite often. What's your impressions of the event this year? And after that, I'll ask Rana what he thinks.
Yes, Shaw, you came at the right time. And after 9 years, there has been quite a lot of improvements. In the earlier years, there was always some challenges to work through. And you come here, and the comebacks has certainly taken a whole new, different look from a year ago. And you can imagine 9 years ago, like we were talking off here, what we started with and what the U.S. Open has really become in 10 years. So, as they say, still room for improvement, but things have really gotten better in 10 years or 9 years of my coming here. So you've cashed in on a good year, and you've seen a lot of improvement, one of which is really technology has really forced us to do what it is this year.
Yes, Lenny, but Shah Faisal, to answer your question, Muhammad Ahmed Qureshi, Mr. Mac, he has put his heart out on their speaking ceremony, and this is one of the biggest tournament I've ever been witness. I've been to UK, I've been to CPL, I've been everywhere, but mostly this is the best tournament. And the best thing about this is everybody worked like a team. You came all the way from Atlanta, New York, Baltimore, and Mr. Lalman, our scorer, Mr. Rashid, Tassin. This is the best. Nothing can get better than this anywhere in USA as of now. But yes, a little bit improvement will help us.
So Sean Finley faces up to Chris Wood. And ball goes out towards the off stump. Dot ball here. So 28 required from 17 balls. What can Bears do to win this match? What Cavaliers need to do to win this match, Faisal? That's the big question here.
Yeah, the run rate has crept along to over 9 runs and over the required run rate. So the game is still on. It has a different equation when Russell is in, but if his wicket is achieved by the Bears, they certainly will be back in the reckoning big time as the leg by is added to the total. Any normal players or without the pedigree and the class of Andre Russell, 27 of 16 balls, you would still call it 50-50 for two teams.
Yeah, sure. California Bears, perhaps if we were to look back at their innings, maybe short another 25, 30, 35 runs when they batted, but one who saw the innings would have to be quite relieved. I know they got up to 145. They were struggling in the early stages. The entire top order didn't show up today.
You're absolutely right. They would be satisfied to get to 145 after the power play they had. They would have taken the 145 with both hands if you'd offered them after the power play. That comes back to suggest that their top order went too hard too soon, especially the likes of Fletcher, who's been in good form, couldn't turn up today.
So ball cut away here. Chance and taken here by Nevin Stewart. Russell goes. It's 119 for 6.
And look at the celebration. The Bears are running around just to congratulate Wood and Stewart. And Russell is on his haunches. He couldn't believe what he's done. And that has thrown this game absolutely wide open, as I was talking before this ball. Full wide Yorker. Russell carved it. And a terrific catch under pressure. Stewart turns around and celebrates in style. And the game is back on. Cavaliers 119 for 6. Needs 27.
Yeah, Rusty Tehran comes out. Like anything else, Shaw, Rusty Tehran has had a good bowling series. Not too sure how many times he has batted. He gets a chance to bat in the final match. And there's still some work to be done here. 27 to win from 15 balls.
A lot of work now that Russell is gone. As I was saying, the equation would be 50-50 in the absence of Russell. And now exactly that's happened. So you can see the spring in the stride of the California Bears players now. They can see the sniff now. And well within a chance.
Yes, you get the impression that California Bears will regroup. With still 27 to win from 15 balls. So batting to come, Tahir Khan, Najaf Shah, Mohammad Khalil, not necessarily in that order.
At least Tahir Khan will be the next man in. But batting prowesses of Mohammad Khalil and Najaf Shah.
So noise around the ground, especially if you came here wanting California Bears to win. Oh, Tehran! Through the offside! What pressure you're talking about?
Blazes it away. That is a fantastic shot. As if Tehran was all ready for that. And he's come to the party at the big pressure time. You would never know that this is the first ball since we've been watching him for 3 days. He never came to bat. Smashes the first one to the boundary under pressure.
Shaw, we don't have all the records, but I want to presume that this is the first time he's batting in the series. Oh, he's come down the track, a careless looking shot. He remains on 4.
Chris Wood, good reply.
And so 23 runs from 13 balls.
Contest is well and truly alive here.
11 runs required per over pretty much. So still cricket left here. Can Wood pick up another one here? Oh, that ball outside the off stump, full and wide, and it's a dot ball, so a couple of overs left. And 23 runs to get.
Similar kind of delivery what Russell got. Russell was good enough to get the middle of the bat and got himself out, but well, as I said, the game is on. 11.5 per over is the requirement. And now that Narayan has bowled out, it'll be very interested to see what options the California Bears will go to and who will be the man if we get that far. Will bowl the last over.
Well, it appears Navin Stewart is walking towards the bowling mark, thrown the ball by Damian Ebanks. And so 23 from 12. Sean Finley will be the man on strike to start things off here in the last 2.
Finley had a nice little knock yesterday as well. Kept Russell company for a while. I think he got 15.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if Cavaliers missed the contribution here by... Oh, bowled him! So Sean Finley goes, and another wicket falls here. Finley goes for 1.
The huge roar of the crowd here. Finley has kept his nerves, bowled a straight delivery. And Stewart has got the breakthrough. Finley swung wildly. And Stewart was good enough to hit the stumps. As we watch again, look at the head position, look at the feet, and look at the celebrations from Stewart and the California Bears.
Yeah, just an aimless slug. Didn't go right, and he loses his wicket. So Tahir Khan comes out to the middle. And 11 balls remaining. They need 22 to level the score, 23 to win. And 2 relatively new batsmen out in the middle. Tahir Khan, he will face his first ball. Tehran has faced 3. And we're into the latter stages here from Wednesday to now. It all comes down to 11 balls remaining and 23 runs to get.
Absolutely, and see the excitement and the buzz in the stands and in the crowds. This has come down to this, and you have to give credit to the California Bears. They never gave up. They were in the hunt. They kept at it, and finally, it looks like they're nudging ahead.
Oh, that's a good-looking shot here from Tahir Khan. Good deflection. And ball goes up to third man. Good bit of work there. They come back for a couple of runs. Very important play.
Yeah, Tahir Khan has got himself a start. Short delivery from Stewart. And 2 runs added to the total. But it's still more than 2 runs a ball to win. 21 of the last 10. Now with only 3 wickets left. Slowly but surely, the California Bears have nudged ahead in this game. And now they could think that they're favorites at this stage.
So playing a miss here from Tehran. In fact, Tahir Khan. So it's 125 for 7 still. They need 21 from 9.
You could feel the nerves and the tension in the Cavaliers ranks now. This was a nervous prod. He came down the wicket. He was looking for a big one, but never got the swing going. And it went quite close to the stumps. Stewart couldn't believe his luck. what sensational spells Stewart has bowled. He's 3 for 15 of his 3.3 overs. You look at all the big names in their team, and who turns up and shows up the big performance in the big final? That's Stewart. In the air. Is anybody getting underneath that? Yes,
Akil.
and it's taken. Another wicket. Akil Hussain has got the catch, and it's Tahir Khan who's taking the walk back, and Cavaliers have slumped to 125 for 8 with 8 balls to go.
Yeah, California Bears quite intent on defending 145. Let's take a look here. Good bat and ball, but completely losing the direction.
Yeah, he's lost his shape, got too low and got it too high on the bat. Got the elevation all right, but no distance at all. And good catch under pressure by Akil Hussain.
So the captain Najaf Shah makes his way to the middle. With 21 needed from 8 balls, Rusty Tehran will be on strike when play resumes here. And after months and weeks of planning, sleepless night, and a team that has worked so hard to put this event together, it comes down cricket-wise to the next 8 balls or so, or 21 runs, or 2 wickets, whichever happens first. And it looks like any three can happen here, really.
You can see the smiles on the faces of the California Bears players. Their body language, they just lifted amazingly, and 10 minutes of cricket have brought them back right in the mix of it, and they're quite favorites now as Tehran this time struggles to put bat to ball, collects a leg by, but they won't mind the singles, Cavaliers. 7 balls to go, 20 needed.
Yeah, as we see the lower order here, or what we would refer to as tail enders. We haven't seen Najaf Shah and Mohammad Khalil batting in our time in the stadium. And the way things have gone for Cavaliers and certainly Bears, I wouldn't think that they receive any sort of significant batting, if ever, they batted outside of the stadium.
I have known Najaf Shah for 20 years. I'm just thinking back to when was the last time he hit a 6 or something. So last 3 days means nothing. That shows that they're in huge trouble. Rusty Tehran may be their only hope. But somebody needs to give him company. With Najaf Shah go for the big one to reduce the last over target. We'll just block it and leave it to Tehran. All in the mix. We'll have to wait and see.
So Stewart has bowled a good over here, only 3 runs. Najaf Shah. Yeah, he's gone. So Stewart has picked up another wicket. Najaf Shah, the captain, goes. And Somerset Cavaliers, for the first time put today, they're in trouble.
They are in huge trouble as Shah went swinging off the outside edge. And they're catching the California Bears. The catching has improved. And 1 wicket of Andre Russell has changed the whole complexion of the game and the body language of the California Bears. See big grins on the faces of California Bears, no bigger than Andre Fletcher, who is in the mix of all. Some excellent catching from California Bears under pressure. It's all come down to the last over, but 20 runs is an uphill task for the Bears with just 1 wicket standing.
Wait.
Khalil is the new man in. And Khalil will be on the non-striker end because it looks like it will be spin, given the responsibility of the final over. Tehran is on strike. He can strike him big, but with 1 wicket standing, could he strike 4 big ones? Reminds me of the World T20 final, 23 needed of 1 over, although there were fewer wickets down. But Carlos Braithwaite took it all into his own hands and got the job done in 4 deliveries.
Well,
Remember the name.
Well, they remember the name today might be Nathan Stewart. And he could very well put his hands up for the MVP of this match. He batted well for 14 not out. And he's come back and he's taking wickets at the crucial time. Not forgetting that spectacular catch
Absolutely.
that may have started the downfall of Cavaliers. And not only a regular catch, but it was a catch off the bat of Andre Russell.
Absolutely. That started the rot, started the fall of Cavaliers. And it's in the hand of Tehran to see if he can stop it and propel them to victory. An unlikely victory at this stage.
So 20 needed off this over. Oh, Akil Hussain could give up 5 here. Babwa runs around, picks the ball up a yard from the fine leg boundary. They come back for 2. So 3 will be added to the scorecard. A wide with a couple of byes.
17 of 6. Still 6 deliveries remaining. Akil Hussain has been very good in this tournament as well. He got under fire from Lewis in the earlier part. Tehran swings, misses, refuses the single, rightly so. 5 balls, 3 sixes.
Yeah, both Khalil and Rusty Tehran, their major roles are really bowling. Now they've been asked to bat them team for a championship. No elevation. The most... Oh, he's gone away for 4. So Rusty Tehran has given them some bit of life here.
Yeah, he's swinging, and that's his only option. He went for it, and he's got hold of that. The 4 runs reduces the target to 13 runs, and the excitement still goes on.
So brings the equation down to 13 to win from 4 balls. Rusty Tehran on 8. Played a couple of big shots. Oh, he's teed
Got
off.
hold of that.
So he is teed off. He's taking this one out of the playing area. And now brings the equation down a little bit more. Quite possible here for Cavaliers. Here we go. Oh, he muscled that one well. In the meter, the bat has gone a long way. And so 7 to win in 3 balls.
Went into the car park. One of the biggest sixes. And Tehran is once again, as Akil tightens his line and length. They'll be looking for 2. Khalil is running hard. Tehran has been sent back by Khalil. Wow. It's what excitement here. 2 balls, 6 runs to go. But the bad thing for Cavaliers is that Tehran is stuck on the non-striker end, and the California Bears would not mind that at all.
Yeah, it's kind of, we'll have to wait and see what happens here, but we saw last night Russell refusing some singles just to back himself to really get things out and out of the park. So we'll have to wait and see. Rusty Tehran is not in a good position there. He's 22 yards away. But Mohammed Khalil will have to back himself. 5 will level the scores. He's got 2 balls to do to get 5 or even 6, which is going to win the match. 2 balls remaining. Akil Hussain, he's had a good series.
Yeah, Tehran just telling Khalil that watch out for the away swing that Akil Hussain gets. Khalil would do good just to put bat to ball and get Tehran back on strike for the final ball.
So 2 balls remaining, 6 to win. Tugged into the onside.
It's all come down to the last ball. Khalil has done his job.
Yeah, he's made a single, should have done a little bit more. But he's given them life, which means this ball has to go for a boundary. A 4 will level the scores, and the could be the super over. 6 will certainly win the game. There are not too many 5 shots in cricket, so it's either one under or 1 over.
Fasten your seat belts here.
And we saw Adrian Ali did the right thing, take the helmet off the field. Oh, it's in the air. It's in the air. They're coming back. 2 will not be enough. 2 will not be the California Bears. They come back for the third run. Run out 2. Invasion here at Central Broward Regional Park. California Bears have won the 2018 U.S. Cricket Open. They defeat Somerset Cavaliers. They've defended 145, and California Bears, the winner for the first time here at the U.S. Open.
Wow, what excitement. What a sensational game of cricket we've witnessed. There's 2 in 2 days here at the US Open T20, and the celebrations from the California Bears is just amazing to see. Look at them scenes out there. They just cannot believe it. They come down from the brink, and the last ball, Theron tried his best, couldn't get hold of it. Fletcher was the fielder, and Khalil kept running and running. It wouldn't have been enough anyway. They were looking for some panic from the Bears, but the Bears held their nerves, and the celebrations have begun.
Yeah, they win by 3 runs with 1 ball to spare. In fact, they won by 2 runs with 1 ball to spare. And what a margin here of victory here for California Bears. But they've done it. They've won at the prestigious U.S. Open, as we see the customary handshake. And Somerset Cavaliers seemingly in and out of the game and then back into the game. Rusty Theron needed a big hit. He needed the boundary off that hit. It didn't come. And Akil Hussain has come up with wickets again.
Yeah, he held his nerve. Akil Hussain is terrific last over under pressure. And he was the man who came on top, aided by some good fielding as well. After the dismissal of Russell, the out cricket of California Bears went to another level. They took their catches. Their ground fielding was sensational, and they took all the chances in the field. Couple of mix-ups with the running between the wickets as well. They are the deserved champions, and the best team has won the competition.
Yeah, it's been good cricket here in the final. You take a look here, Adrian Ali, realizing the best way is to run with the ball and just take the bail off. They needed still 3 runs to get, so the pitch invasion, and everyone celebrating here, especially the Bears fans. They have defended 145.
Bears were kind of underdogs, and that's why they had all the support of the crowds. The music is pumping, the dancing is happening, and the mascot couldn't stop dancing. Look at his moves. The Bears are in a big huddle. I think the party is about to begin. They're the deserved champions, and they were the best form team of the tournament, peaked at the right time, took their chances, and congratulations to California Bears for winning the US Open T20 Cup for the very first time.
Yeah, they've been here 2nd year in a row, and not a bad outing. You've been here for 2 years. You've won it 1 time. Somerset Cavaliers, perhaps the curse of a defending champ.
Absolutely.
We've only seen Trinidad done it in the earlier part of this U.S. Open. They've won a couple of times, Trinidad and Tobago, but since then no one has completed a double. And the seemingly double that the Somerset Cavaliers came with a plan of didn't work out well. There were stages in the game in which they seemingly had it in the bag, but that's the beauty of cricket. That's the beauty of T20 cricket. Anything can happen, and the game is not over until the last over is being bowled. So, big victory here for California Bears, and congratulations certainly to the players and the management team.
What great scenes here at Central Broward Regional Park in Fort Lauderdale. A magnificent tournament has come to an end with a fantastic game of cricket. Thoroughly entertaining. You look at the scenes here, absolutely amazing. And as you rightly says, the Cavaliers will be kicking themselves for letting this one go through their hands. But this is cricket, and the eventual winners, the deserved winners, are the California Bears. And there's mutual respect from players to each other, congratulating the California Bears or the Cavaliers. And I'm sure that everybody who's come to watch this game of cricket here and watched it at home through our broadcast, they would have enjoyed this. And at this stage, might have to take a short break as preparations are being made for the presentation. So after the short break, we'll come back with the presentation. Stay tuned. And thank you very much for watching, and plenty more coming your way after this short break.